fella? What? Yeah, so clean. So clean.
For the first time sailing again with Twilight in more than 2 years. And if you can listen very well, this trimaran doesn't slam, and that is so nice. She's so close that I can lay here and literally touch the water. It's only a very small cabin that we have here, but it just gives us cooking possibilities, and we can sit here, and then we have our bed on which we sit very comfortable, especially when we go over the ocean and everything rocks a little bit. You want to come in? Can you do it? Come on. Hey, and no feet on, no, not on the bed. Not on the bed. You can be on the pillows. Okay. We are being very lazy today.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. There we went.
Yeah. No, it's wet. I don't do wet sand.
Only do dry sand?
I only do dry sand.
Good boy, yeah! Now we understand, yeah! Make a hole, yeah! Good boy! Over 70. Here a little bit. That's it! Yeah? All of the hull is cleaned. And I just did this side now in what? 1 hour? 1.5 hours, and I had already done a bit. So it takes me for one side about 2 hours. I should sharpen this because this has gone round from all the scraping. But you can see it does not take off any of the epoxy. This is so hard. And it's a lot easier to get it off here than off this epoxy. This is polyurethane paint. From here up, this is still epoxy. So the only thing to do, that float is clean, this float is clean, yeah. This, no anti-fouling. I can lick this, this is no poison. And that's what I like. It's for sure 2 years ago that we cleaned it. The only thing to do now is this float. It's the engine. It was quite exciting for a while. I'm sorry I didn't film it. I needed my hands to do this job. But we are out, still running on the engine because I want to get away from this lee shore. No slam, just a nice drop back in the water, and that's so lovely. So she's just touching the water sometimes. We're doing a broad reach between 6 and 8 knots, and I managed to get a topping lift okay. Now I slowly can start working, organizing this boat again, getting everything in good condition. Camino has gone to sleep. He also loves this motion without slamming. And there's Rinky Dink doing a great job again. The autopilot that we built on our first trip with this boat together with Cheryl across the ocean. Because we sailed 5 days or 4 days without an autopilot. She was first connected to this spot, but then actually this arm cannot move far enough, so then we put this bit in. And it only has a limited range, but I can unscrew the bolts here and then I can change this arm on this wheel. The bicycle chain still working very well after all those years. Although, well, I'm gonna change it a bit. I'm gonna make it rope. I'm gonna put a Dynamo rope in there. The ropes go down, they go to blocks, they go to the outside of the boat underneath the floor, and then go to the back towards the quadrant, back into the boat and then towards the quadrant. It's a real nice sail. We're being picked up by the waves, and then we just go with about 7-8 knots down, and we drop to 5.5, 6, and then we're speeding up again. A nice broad reach like you would do on the ocean if you cross to the Caribbean. But the tracks need to come back on here, and the winches and the stoppers, and then everything gets much easier. And we're doing very well at the moment. There's our skipper. We're being picked up by the waves sometimes. We just surfed 10.7 down, that was quite fun. Got into a surf. The full main is not up. Could add more to it. But the wind is supposed to pick up a little bit. I love how those drips hang on that bow. I've been laying here for hours on the ocean. Just watch this. Definitely doesn't get more fun when it gets bigger. This is fun, small, agile, easy to handle, no winches. Not even winches to get the mainsail up. Just pull it, put a trucker hitch in it, put a loop through, put your knee in it and tighten it. Works good enough. Not to win a race, but for cruising, yes, fantastic. Yeah, take the risk, make it flat. The main is getting covered, the headsail is being covered by the main as it goes 10 degrees up, but I don't want to cut into the shore. You're sitting here and every little white crest you see, you wonder if the orcas are there. I think there's no sailor sailing this bit of the coast anymore. Are we reasonable? Far enough off the coast for them to come. Sometimes they're only 1.5 miles from the coast in attacks, or less even, I've heard. So yeah, it could happen every moment. You can swim 35 knots, there's no way you outsail them, and we're not allowed to do anything against them. Even the firecrackers in the water are basically forbidden. Not allowed to harm them, which is understandable. But I still wonder if you also had crew on the boat. People on the boat. As a skipper you also have to take care of the safety of the other passengers, so where does one go in front of the other becomes a very interesting subject. But better not to harm any creatures, and maybe the one thing that people say, throw sand in the water, is maybe this the best thing to do. Buckets and buckets of sand with us. Hey. Yesterday very quickly I made this bimini out of an old piece of sail. Just run the sewing machine by hand because it's almost finished to start running, but probably need another couple of days work. The cover is not only for Camino, it also covers the arm of the autopilot that's underneath here. Because
I don't know why they make those things black, you know, the outside. Can they not make them white? You know, that would make a lot more sense. Those things get so hot. Same for this unit. So as soon as we the sewing machine working well, there's so many sewing jobs. I've been up and down this coast so often, but it's always beautiful to sail down this coast. It's very well understandable why taking a trip on a boat when you're here on holiday is really, really worth it. And there is the beach of Alvor. The Bay of Lagos. There's Lagos in the distance. The Atlantic Ocean towards the south. The way to go for the winter. And there's our dinghy. Nicely on the net. Needs a cover because you can see even from this trip there's already some water in it. Oh, but how nice to sail this boat again. This really worked out very well. A fantastic first sail with Trimaran Twilight again. On this beautiful coast. And she did very well. She still does. It's funny, the trip is almost over. I can see the harbor entrance in front of me. I was nervous, and I say that on other videos as well, but I really am. Going back to the sea, and then when I'm out here, getting used to the swing, the boat. Always impressed how she moves and how she sails. But I need to get back into it. Sailing, living on my boat. Just anchoring out here in front of the beach at night. That breakwater in the distance from Alvor, it's great. You can anchor on each side of it. If the wind comes from the land, which it does in the afternoons normally, it's actually unusual today, with which I'm very happy. The wind kind of collapsed and should go away by tonight completely. So I thought it was going to come early when it died down, but now it's a bit back. So nice sailing, but the waves from the swell, the stronger winds are still there, and that makes the boat flop a little bit. It makes the boom jump a bit and the sheets creak. It was so funny to hear the noise in the boom again, that low whistle, like somebody's blowing a very low horn because of the cuts in it and the wind going through. And here we are, we did it! We are in Alvor! Look at the boats in Alvor compared with Colatra. So close together, and they're right on the end before the sandbank. Camino already walked back on it. This Twilight. Thanks for watching Tentmaran. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you're doing well. All the best to all of you, and we hope to see you in the next episode.